Hey guys, Sean, founder of Shock Surplus. We are going to do a buyer's guide on shocks for the Dodge Charger here. This is a newer, I believe 2019 model behind me, but this is going to kind of apply for basically 2005 and up, 2011 up. They're all roughly the same curb weight, exactly the same suspension, and what we talk about here is going to apply to a broad range of models, whether you're an RT, SRT, all those sub models. Same thing is going to apply, but if you got questions on your specific ride, hit us up in the comments. We would love to help out. So we'll get into what all of these kind of do, their pricing, and what to expect in the driver's seat. This is Monroe's Quick Strut, and this is basically a fully assembled unit where the spring, the top mount, and the strut all come as a single unit, so you can basically replace your shock tower all with a few bolts in your driveway. Really good for kind of the DIY situation. Those are going to run a little bit more, maybe around 200 bucks per corner, than the KYB that only comes with a strut by itself. A lot of these only come with struts by themselves. Monroe has really been the only one that does a full quick unit. Excel, or the XLG from KYB, the Monroe Quick Strut, these are really factory replacements. Expect factory ride, don't expect improved handling or decreased comfort. It's all basically going to be about the same, and you can expect the same factory lifespan out of them as well. So your typical 50,000 mile shock and strut replacement is going to kind of hold true for these. We've had a lot of feedback. We sell a ton of these parts, and people typically make it to 40,000 miles no problem, but don't be surprised if you have early failure there, just because mass produced parts. These guys make parts for OEM, like, you know, Chevy, Ford, all of those big guys. These guys are producing parts by the thousands for those kind of manufacturers. When we get into the Eibach Pro Damper, which this Charger is running right now on some H&R lowering springs, this is where you can expect some better handling improvement, and while not decreasing comfort. Whereas some of these other performance oriented units will decrease comfort in a trade-off for handling. But with Eibach Pro Damper, so far, the driver, Gary, really likes to ride, even on lowering springs that kind of increase road feedback. So this has been a great match, especially as a first upgrade. You want to lower your car, you're looking for some struts to match. These so far have been a great kind of first time upgrade to get into that kind of performance world. Pedders is very similar to the Eibach in terms of feel, from a lot of, and we kind of based that on a lot of customer feedback and some of our own limited experience. We've only been selling Pedders for a little bit, and so we've only been testing it for a little bit. Definitely improved handling over factory. You don't lose a lot of comfort at all, so that's always a big plus. Definitely reduction in body roll with both Eibach and with Pedders. So reduction of body roll, less nosedive, less rear pitch on takeoff. That all is kind of reduced, so you stay kind of planted and more even through a lot of your highway driving and daily drive. When you start getting to Koni, I actually can't tell a difference in ride quality between Koni and Pedders. They are built very similar. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that have ran both. I've only been in a vehicle with Pedders once, and we've only been selling them recently. So we don't have tons of experience in Pedders, just putting it out there. But from what we know and what we've heard from a lot of experienced drivers, these are very similar from the Koni Sport and the Pedders Sport. So they're both twin tube designs, both very high quality, both kind of same expectations of durability, meaning at least 50 to 100,000 miles of use. They both also pair very well with lowered coil springs and still maintain some level of civility on the street. When you get into Koni Yellows, these are adjustable, which up here, so meaning by adjustable, meaning adjustment of the damping characteristics, about how firm or how soft you want that shock to respond to potholes, speed bumps, highway joints. These are really good when you're thinking about pairing something with a set of lowering springs, but these are also the most expensive at about I think this unit right here is probably about $350, whereas the Koni and Pedders are closer to 250 to 300 bucks. Eibach is about 250, and then these are sub $200. So Koni is great. These are definitely on the highest end of a performance strut before you start getting into coilovers for your car. Here we've got Bilstein B6. Bilstein has a range of offerings. They have their B3, B4, B6, B8, B10, B12, and B14. As you progress through the range from starting from B3, it gets basically softest to the firmest. B6 is really is one of their only options for the Charger. They do not have a B8 option for the Charger or the Camaro or the Challenger or some of these other kind of sport compact cars like the Mustang, the Charger. What you can expect out of these is a lot different than what you can expect out of the rest. One of the big things that you can't really tell a difference with on the Bilstein is its digressive piston. I don't want to get into the mechanics of linear pistons versus digressive pistons or twin tube shocks versus monotube shocks, but just know that Bilstein B6 sacrifices a lot of comfort for handling. Some people prefer that. Some people want that because to them, more handling and vehicle recovery after bumps and potholes and whatnot is a smooth ride for them. That's confidence for them. Not everybody wants that though. Some people want the bumps to be evened out because their commute is filled with bumps, or they're on rough roads all the time and they don't want to feel a lot of that chatter. Bilstein does not subdue the chatter, whereas something like the Koni Sport and the Pedders and the Eibach subdue that chatter and those small bumps of everyday driving. So I'm gonna give the comfort to these middle ones, whereas handling goes completely to the Bilstein B6 and other range of Bilstein options. So I always like to say Bilstein isn't the softest shock on the block, but in terms of handling, I don't think it gets any better on this table. And we sell all of these shocks here on our site. We've got no loyalty to any brand. We always like to say, we aren't trying to tell you what to run, we're just trying to help guide you so you can figure out what to run on your own car with your own setup and your own driving needs. So hit us up at support@shocksurplus.com. Hit us up in the comments. We would love to help out with anything you guys got. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the street.